A while back, I did a video about not necessarily jumping on the NBA bandwagon as everybody thinks is such a, everybody somehow loves it, but I've done videos and hasn't done well because I know where my bread and butter is at. However, with the recent term of events that Adam Silver is pretty much 95% leaning on Vegas and Seattle that are going to be the new expansion teams. And doggummit, Adam, you should have done this a long time ago. What were you waiting for? In a sense, this video is pretty much a follow-up of the last one. And the last one was pretty much, not necessarily the one before or whatever I did, but Vegas, we got to figure out who they're going to be. Did that video. Go find it. This time around, I'm going to try to find anything on the interweb. What exactly are the Sonics going to be? Because things have changed in the last 30 years. Let's talk about it. You like that little throwback, a little bit of Mitchell and Ness, and happen to find this gem, and this is what we're going to do. Last time we did a Vegas one, so we know Vegas is going to be coming into the league, and what they're going to be, nobody knows. And we talked a little bit about Vegas and what's going to happen, but now we got to come to the real realization of Adam Silver. Why didn't you not? I mean, really, why did you not bring these guys back a lot sooner? Well, there's many reasons for that. So before we even jump into these things right here, this right here, subscribe button, hit that if you want to be alerted for anything new that comes across. We appreciate you. We're getting close to 1,000 subs in 2.5 years. Thank you for everything. Let's keep this going. And for you basketball people, NBA people, if you remember deep down what the Sonics were, well, let's just get right into it. The old school logo. I mean, there were definitely older logos than this, but this is the logo that everybody remembers. The old school Supersonics, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp. There was a bunch, and they played in the old Seattle Center Coliseum for all those years. Won a championship, I think 79, I think. But all those years, they got one title, but they didn't win a title when they faced the Bulls. And we thought that was going to be we thought Sean Kemp was finally going to get one, and he never did. And Gary Payton ended up jumping around all over the league, and the Sonics kind of drifted off into whatever. But that was then they changed up the everything up. They changed everything up and got rid of changed up the green, added the burgundy, rust burgundy, and then but there's all this stuff, and then the team unfortunately moved because they couldn't get an arena deal, and they moved the team unfortunately from Seattle to OKC in Oklahoma City, where they became the Thunder. And now the Thunder are threatening to have a dynasty because they have one of the best teams ever built right now with all those boys right there. Shea Alexander, boy, they got a boatload of people, and OKC is the smallest market. But now Adam Silver is now considering Seattle, now that they now officially have a new building. Not really a new building. It's basically Key Arena redone. $250 million renovation to Key Arena. It is now Climate Pledge Arena, where the Seattle Kraken play. That's also where the women's hockey team play, and a lot of things go into Seattle because that building has been re-gutted, everything. And this video right here, I've already gone a couple minutes of like what Seattle would be. What would they be if they came back into the league? And we know they're going to come back. But what would they be? Now, future, let's just clear this up right now. They are not going to be anything else. If they are anything else but the Sonics, there's going to be an uproar in the state of Washington. There's going to be an uproar in the entire NBA community, and NBA is one of the biggest entertainment businesses, not just sports businesses, sports leagues, but in entertainment-wise possible. Why do you think it's cost so much an arm and a leg to go to a game, especially if you're in an arena you're in an area that the closest team you have is 150, 200 miles away. So let's just go and let's just see what the Sonics would be. Would they change anything? So I went on the wonderful world of the interweb, and I've seen a bunch of stuff. Like this was the last logo that we remember. This was when Kevin Durant was still a Seattle Sonic. Then the team moved to OKC. This was the last logo they ever did. Would they go back to this one? To be quite honest with you, the easy answer would be yes. But I have seen As always, many people play with their play with their Photoshop and everything like that. I've seen everything from this to this, and some of them, I'm not gonna lie, some of them are not even bad. It's just going to depend on who's going to have a $500 million expansion fee to put in. Logo on this one's not bad. You get the Sonic rings around the little boost there with the jet going into the ball, and also remember, seems like every logo in the NBA has to have the ball in it, but also every logo has been very very simplistic. Why do you think Detroit went back to their old logo? Philly went to a very easy round logo. Minnesota did that. Um, Very very easy enough. You could tell. So this one is not bad. I also go to this one too. This one is actually not half bad at all, because they're still going very simplistic. You still have a basketball in the middle. It's the same S that they used before. This probably could be like a little bit of a badge logo, and right in the middle, Space Needle. Simple as up. I like this one a lot. Wouldn't surprise me if they went this direction. So let me just do that. Now I went back to this. Did I have another one? Yeah, look at this one. This one actually isn't too bad either. Um, you're going again, you have to really look close. There's the S, there's the basketball, there's the Space Needle. Very simplistic, very easy. And the most important thing, they're keeping the same old school green and yellow. I wouldn't go back to the '90s one. I'd go back to what they had, and they did. Before they moved to OKC. They went back to the old school green and yellow, green and gold. There is one more here that I will give you. This one, and this one isn't terrible either. Almost adds a little bit of the old school look with the Space Needle, basketball up top, Sonics in there. You're kind of throwing a little bit of shade, not necessarily shade, but that logo to that logo. Very very different, but very very easy to go by. Any of these logos would work. So with that, I'll just trim my stuff right here. And there's one more here, and this one with the picture of Adam Silver on. Uh, this one is actually pretty cool as well. But they're going to add Supersonics to it. It's the old Supersonics on it, Seattle in big letters, and the same S. You have to look really really close into it. But you're going to go this direction. I'm not going to complain. Golf clap. And basically, in a way of speaking, whoever does put the Sonics team together, keep everything the way it was, or at least keep the colors the way they are. Nobody's going to complain as long as the Sonics are back. So give or take what that is. Last one here. This one isn't bad either. You got a fighter jet. You got some Sonic rings, and you got a basketball. It almost kind of looks like I wouldn't say, I'm not going to say grapefruit, but a round ball on that one. This one is also not too bad as well. But that's all these people that put together stuff like this. Now, real quick, I'm going to burn through a bunch of concepts. This is an easy one right here. I would not be shocked if this is it right here. It's really identical to what the Sonics had back in the old school days, and you got a home. And remember, there is no home road or third. I mean, there's no home and road. You can wear whatever you want. You make a schedule. This is what you're wearing for the day. This is what you're wearing for the game. They can wear home road. They set up for third jersey. They set up for City Connect, for City Edition, and you got an easy home road and a gold jersey on here, and it's the same white panel in the middle, and you got Seattle with the yellow jersey. You got the logo right on the waistband, and just to throw a little kink in there, you got Amazon up there. Um, this one, I'm down. I'm going to keep this one up. Let me clean up what I have up here. There was that one up here. I'm getting rid of a couple here. Now let me just move on to a couple other ones. On this one also, let's say who did this one, but I mean, old school Sonics logo with the font is different. You get three jerseys with Seattle Sonics in the round shape with the number in the middle, including a blackout one. The blackout is actually filthy. You got another green one here. It's a little bit of a darker green, but you also bring a little bit of a throwback. That burgundy throwback with the old '90s Sonic logo, fantastic. And the old S logo on the shorts. Uh, the, Guys, if you're putting the Seattle team, start hunting for this crap. Find out who did these and ask them if they can work tomorrow. I'm going to go to the next one here. This one's kind of hard to go by. You have to really, really look into this one. We got a SONICS logo in this one. Though we got the Space Needle on the side of the shorts. That's pretty cool. It's a white one. There's the yellow one on here with the big bucket in here that kind of looks like a bucket. And then you got the Space Needle, and then you get a green one here with a yellow panel with Seattle. That is not terrible. I mean, and this Sonic logo is okay. The lettering is actually okay. Would they use it? I don't know. Let me just jump to the next one. And this is just simply another one of of a of a jersey that they would possibly use. All it is this would almost really be close to a third jersey, but it is white, so you could use it as a whatever road, whatever. You get the basketball and the Space Needle in the middle. Number font's pretty cool. Another nice little. I mean, the NBA's putting ads on it. Nobody's stopping them, but that's an easy one. Boeing's up there. This one is not bad either. See, I want to see this in green or in yellow or whatever. See how that one is. This one is also. This one's really close to college. Look at this one. This is basically kind of plain, but it's actually really, 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 really simple. Just Seattle in the front. You get the trim on the bottom. The jersey itself really looks like it has shiny gold instead of the yellowish bright gold. Nevertheless, this is a clean jersey. If you made this in green and yellow and a throwback with this same font number, this is easy to sell. Easy enough. I'll give you this one. I'm going to try to burn through a couple others. Look at this one right here. This one's this one really close to being City Edition. But I tell you what, you get the background with the logo is actually not half bad. This is a good kind of a City Connect, but it's also like a good third or fourth jersey. Boy, and you get the old school Nike logo. I'm going to give you credit on this one. This was really, really sharp done. This was really, really sharp. Then I get to a couple others. Was there one more? Well, this one is really kind of hard to tell. I'll give you this one, and then I'll get to the last pieces. Um, can we do this? Yeah, why not? Why don't we do this real quick and get rid of this real quick? Just look at all these jerseys right here. You get the C. This is really old schoolish too, with still the Seattle panel on it. Number font is really decent. Hard to see, but it's really decent. Then you get the yellow one. The yellow one is really, really cool. There's your throwback to the 90s. No complaints on that one. Then you get this City Connect and City of Goodwill. I guess that's a piece of it. That's a real big piece of it. I don't know, but they change City Connects every year. So I mean, if you're a jersey collector, you're going to have so many. You're going to lose. You're going to be draining your bank account. I'm not sure about the City Connect, but I haven't paid attention to have them because they change them every year. It's like the MLS; they change your jerseys every year. And then I will go to this last piece. If you remember what the court looked like when they were in the '90s, the Supersonics, and when they were in when it was the old Key Arena. I mean, you can't complain with what this was. And then a couple last little knickknacks of what you could have them like. And then there was one other one here. This one actually isn't terrible. In fact, actually, don't even worry about like the side logos here. You get Climate Pledge Arena. You get this logo in the middle. And you get Emerald City, Welcome Home, Supersonics on the ends. There's going to be obviously more that they throw at. There is so much to go by. I'm going to shut the bar down really quick. So, in a way of speaking, there's, even if you're not the greatest NBA fan, to see Seattle come back, this should have happened a long time ago. But Seattle didn't have room for an arena. You tried numerous times to try to get to literally try to get an arena. Now they've revamped and renovated Key Arena to become Climate Pledge Arena. If there's a lot of people in the league that cannot wait for the Sonics to come back. They literally can't wait. And it's like, Adam Silver, I don't know what you were waiting for. Just get it done. The Storm play in Climate Pledge. They had to play in like a center coliseum or somewhere down the road, but now you have almost everything for Seattle. I mean, the Seahawks just won a Super Bowl. The Mariners made it to the ALCS. And then you have the Kraken that just came. Then the Kraken are now officially in the NHL, and they're a hot brand. And then Seattle Sounders is religion in Seattle. They love their soccer and they play in the same Lumen Field. But adding the Sonics, bringing them back, they would have all five. And plus, on a side note, you get the WNBA and the Storm. They're trying to get a women. They just got a women's hockey team. Seattle also has a thing that, like, I think they also have a pro rugby team called the Sea Lions or something. I can't remember what, but it's about time the Sonics come back. Which one of those was your favorite? And are you looking forward to the Sonics come back? And remember what I said. If the team is not anything else but the Sonics, there is going to be a legit uproar in the sports community. For real. As always, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. If you like the video, chuck a like, throw a comment in. Are you looking forward to the Sonics coming back? Even if you're not really a fan, to see them come back would be an amazing thing. And we're waiting for that. Plus, what Vegas is going to be. The bar is closed. I'm done, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the Seattle Sonics will look like. Would they literally will it look like this? Would they look like that? Would they look like these? Or go back to the really old school stuff? I don't know. I'm clueless, but it's going to be a really fun process to see how and when this is going to happen. Tell me what you think. I'll see you legends in the next one.